Hey, it's Randy at Funeral Funds of America. In this video, I'm going to share with you the actual pricing for $20,000 of burial, cremation, final expense, life insurance, or funeral funds for a 63-year-old female. Now, first thing I suggest is go directly to our website. We've got these free quotes on just about every page, and you just select the state that you live in. We are licensed in all 50 states, by the way, and then select the coverage amount, put your birthday in there, the rest of the info, click Get Quotes Now. And it will take you to a page that's going to show you the best companies and the best rates in your state. And that will help you avoid two things. That will help you avoid those plans with teaser rates that you see advertised all over the place, that when you get on the phone with them, they always jack up the prices. And it will help you avoid those plans with 2-year waiting periods that can be up to 200% more expensive than first day coverage. You can also call us at 888-862-9456. One of our agents can help you understand what you qualify for and what might be appropriate for you. But the first thing a 63-year-old female should ask themselves when looking for $20,000 worth of insurance is $20,000 going to be enough for their final expense needs? Now, when we're talking final expenses, we're typically talking about either cremation or burial. So the average cost of a cremation right now in the United States is between $1,000 to $2,000. That's if you come home in a cardboard box or an urn. If you're going to have some sort of a ceremony, like a celebration of life or remembrance ceremony, that's probably going to be $3,500 to $4,500, including the cremation. So coverage-wise, for that cremation where you come home in a cardboard box or an urn, we would typically recommend right around $5,000 to $7,000. That's what most of our clients go with. But you might be asking yourself, well, hold on, Randy, you said it could be up to $2,000 for the cremation, but we're looking at $5,000 for the policy. What's the difference? Well, the difference is you're 63 years old and you probably want to live until 73, maybe even 83. And we know that prices go up over time due to inflation. So we're just building in some extra coverage to allow for future inflation in case you live a long time. Also, if you didn't live a long time, you died earlier into your policy, there's some extra money left over in that policy to take care of some minor final expenses, like maybe medical bills or something that you would have paid off if you'd had the gift of time, right, to live more years. So it really works good. It protects kind of future and it protects more short term as well. Now, for the cremation and the ceremony, most people would go with between $7,000 to $10,000. And again, inflation proofing that plan, but providing some short-term protection as well. Now, for a burial, most people are the average cost of a burial is really around $10,000 right now. So again, most people would look at that and think that that would be adequate, but you got to understand inflation factors in here too. And if you're 63, you probably want to make it to 73 and 83. So with $10,000, if you walk into pretty much any funeral home in the United States with a check for $10,000, they will get it done. It's hard to imagine they would not get it done and say no and make you walk out the door and walk down to one of their competitors down the road who would take that $10,000. But just understand that's going to be a very simple funeral, and it's not inflation proof. So most people that we help would look at somewhere between $10,000, $15,000, and $20,000. And just keep in mind that if your budget's tight, because most of the people we help are on a fixed or limited income, if your budget's tight, you can always start with the $10,000 and we can always add more coverage later. That's fairly common for us to do. Now, one thing we don't recommend is over-insuring. Sometimes people will say, well, I'd like to get $30,000, $40,000 and leave some money behind for my family. We typically recommend keeping this insurance for final expenses just for final expenses. And the reason is sometimes it can get a little bit more expensive. And, and sometimes people will say, well, if I can't do everything, I'm not going to do anything. And then that places the burden on your children for your final expenses, which is exactly what you want to avoid. So in a lot of cases, we'd recommend getting the final expense insurance right now. And then if you want to add some extra insurance for the kids later, we can always do that later. Now, one thing we always recommend is avoiding those plans with 2-year waiting periods. Now, Colonial Penn's probably one of the better known companies out there. I think it's just because they advertise all the time. Seems like they got a TV commercial on every 7 minutes or something like that, right? But yeah, their $9.95 plan is a 2-year waiting period. Ouch, you probably didn't know that, right? Ouch, yeah. So Colonial Penn's not the only company that offers 2-year waiting periods. Let's see, there's Mutual of Omaha, their United of Omaha line, AIG, Gerber, gosh, just a host of other different companies out there. And, some of these companies have done an amazing job of convincing the American public that if you're over age 50, the only thing you qualify for is a plan with a 2-year waiting period, to which we always say, don't believe such nonsense, because we help people with first day coverage all day long. Now, our 63-year-old female is probably watching that Colonial Penn $9.95 commercial, probably thinking she's pretty smart to wait to age 63, and she's probably thinking, I can probably get 20,000, 30,000, 40,000. You know what? I can probably even get $50,000 for $9.95, right? The challenge is that you probably can't, right? So let's look at this. Female, age 63, for 1 unit of coverage here, $9.95 is only going to buy $1,370. So that is that's probably enough to do a cremation in some parts of the country, but not all of our country. But the other thing too is, even if it was enough, this plan has a 2-year waiting period, and it's not going to pay out anything in the next 2 years if it's the result of a health or medical issue. So you're already starting behind on a policy. $9.95 certainly won't cover a burial. Oh my gosh. So there's a lot of people that would say that, there's companies like this that offer these plans that, have these teaser rates, and they say they're designed just to get people to call in and not actually sell you that plan that's the teaser rate, the really low price plan. But, they advertise that way to get you to call in and then upsell you to a more expensive policy that's more profitable for them. And we're not saying that's the case with Colonial Penn, but, some people may say that about some companies, and I guess you can kind of formulate your own opinion on that after seeing kind of the rates here. But yeah, let's see if we can't get $20,000 here. The challenge with Colonial Penn is they max out at 15 units. So let's see. We max out at 15 units. Now you end up with $20,550. With Colonial Penn, you can't get $20,000 on the nose because they sell by unit. That's the only way they can come up with that kind of $9.95 teaser rate. But yeah, but that's going to be $150 roughly, $149.25. But let's go see what first day coverage would be. Let's click this here and let's see if we can save you any money. So we got $20,000 here for a female, age 63, and we're going to click Get Quotes right here. And again, this is $20,000 for $150. Look at this. We can literally get it for half price. So there's some companies here that in the top 3, everything's within, looks like 75 cents or so, something like that, $1. So there's some companies that are easier to get approved with, and there's some companies that are quicker to get approved with. Some of these companies can take, days, weeks, even months perhaps, to get approved, depending on their processes, versus other companies where you can actually get approved same day over the phone. So we can always let you know what's kind of going on there, and you can choose what's best for you. But even at that, look at that. Colonial Penn is 200% higher pricing, and you're going to get socked with a 2-year waiting period. And it's more than $75 more a month, but let's just use that number just conservatively. So that's going to be $75 times 12 months. That's going to be roughly $900 more a year you're overpaying, I should say, with Colonial Penn. And if our 63-year-old lives to age 73, she will have overpaid $9,000 on a $20,000 policy. So why would you ever pay $149 when you could pay $72 or $71, whatever it is, right? So be a smart shopper. And if you're not a smart shopper, let us just help you be a smart shopper. We hate seeing people waste money. Let's look at a couple of these other companies. You'll be able to see all these different plans here, companies. So, oh, here's one, Lincoln Heritage. They're a fine company, I guess, but look at that pricing. Ouch, right? Ooh, it's expensive. It is level coverage, so that's a good deal. But yeah, it's more expensive. Reason it's more expensive is Lincoln Heritage has a deal where when you pass away, they will supposedly call 2-3 different funeral homes to get the lowest pricing, maybe do a couple other things, but you pay that in premiums. You pay for that. They're not providing that free. So let's go look at this. That's 104 minus 72. So that's like right around $32 more a month. So $32 a month times 12 months is right around $384. So after 10 years, when our 63-year-old female makes it to 73, you'd have roughly paid right around $3,840 more to go with Lincoln Heritage. So you got to ask yourself, is it worth paying more than $3,800 on average to have them phone 2 or 3 funeral homes and do a couple other things that might only take an hour or so to do? A lot of people would say that's a pretty hefty payday for them, you know, and we would have to agree. We'd rather you keep that money in your own pocket. Gosh, can you imagine what you would do with almost an extra $4,000? So we recommend going with a lower price insurance company. And then what we offer is a free download on our website. It's a funeral and estate planning guide. And you just download it off our website, and then you just fill it out and complete it. And you in the guide, you say who gets what and what goes where and what you want done after you're gone. And once you have that completed, then you just keep that with your insurance policy. And when you pass away, everything's together. And your family will be protected both financially with the insurance policy and emotionally with the funeral and estate planning guide. And all you'll have to do is open that up, read through it, and just execute your wishes. And you will have provided everything they need to take care of everything. And oh my gosh, can you imagine the peace of mind they will have knowing that they're doing everything just the way you wanted to do it? And you provided the money to take care of everything. What a wonderful legacy to leave behind for them to know that you loved them so much. You not only protected them in life, but you protected them that one last time in death. What a wonderful legacy to leave behind. So go to funeralfunds.com. We've got a special quote for our YouTube viewers, funeralfunds.com/YouTube, where you can get the most discounts and the best rates. You can also call us at 888-862-9456. One of our agents can help you out with this, answer any questions you have. But, you know, if you've got an existing policy and you want to see if we can save you money, or if you need to add coverage to that existing policy, we can help you out with that. If you're looking for a brand new policy or you just want to have some questions, find out what you might qualify for, anything like that, we can help you out with that. But we look forward to that day where we can get you the most amount of coverage for the least amount of money. We will be blessed to help you with that when that day comes. Until that day does come, though, you stay safe, you take care, you have a nice day. Bye-bye.